I'm back. I keep saying that. Don't worry, TonyMcKenzie.com is here. Look, I've got a lot of dust on this one too. Well, what have we got in here? Oh, well, it says here, Gibson Custom. Must mean some, well, it's upside down. This is an Australian one. And we're going to flip the lid and take a look what we've got. This is good. And it's not very common either. It's very rare, Gibson. Well, it seems to be very rare. I don't see many of these at all. They reckon it was a really limited run. So I'm going to flip the lid and let you into my little secret. And by the way, if you want to hear this one, don't come complaining on this video about I can't hear it or I can't that. You can hear it on my my channel. I think it's on the AFD audio video one, but it's somewhere on the channel. And yes, I play it, and yes, you can hear it. So don't give me that crap. You can't hear it, and like somebody did recently on one of my videos. That's rubbish. That's just because you're just watching one video and you don't know what day it is. So if you go and look at all the videos, you'll see this in action, being played. Maybe not as well as you play. Doesn't matter. I'm playing it. I sound great to me. I probably sound crap to you. Don't worry. It doesn't matter. So here we go. Here's the review of this fantastic guitar. Now what is it? Well, wait a second and you'll soon find out. I'm really dying to lift the lid. Shall I do it? Yeah, I will. Only because I know you. Do you know, every time you actually lift the lid on this one, it's absolutely awesome. There's no doubt. Let's pull it out and have a little closer look. This is something else, man. Well, here we are. What have we got here? This is a Gibson Custom Shop reissue of the Spotlight Special. That's what they called it. I think it was 1983 or 1984. And rumour has it that Gibson made the original of these, the original design of these, out of scrap bits that they had lying around because they were going through a tough time or they were moving factories or something like that. I forget exactly what it is. Doesn't really matter. What does matter is this isn't exactly the same. You'll notice on the originals, if ever you see one, that this piece of walnut, I think it's walnut, was a bit narrower. In fact, it was just about, I think, the width of the neck. And it runs all the way down through the body, just like this one. Actually, it's just on the top. It's not all the way through the body at all. It's just a piece of walnut stripe on the top. Makes it look great. What you get, on the originals, they made a couple of models, and I know guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I understand it. They made one with this type of finish, which is like a flame top, and they made some others with a quilt top, and those are the two that you'll typically see out there. Most of the ones I've seen have been knocked around a lot, had a lot of stick, hard life, and don't look so great. So anyway, along came Gibson. When did they come along? Let's just take a look in this book here. They came along in... When did they come along? I've forgotten. When did I buy the damn thing? Let's have a look here. I bought it in 2008. So in 2008 it was made. It's CS81403. The 8 probably denotes 2008. So there you have it. 2008 reissue custom shop job. I have to say this one, the quality of this is awesome. You don't feel the joints, and this top actually, you can tell that it's off the same top. It's been sort of boot matched out, well, cut open like that and stuck together with this piece in the middle, but you can still see that it's all off the same piece of wood, these two sides, and it really makes it look great. It's a gloss finish. You've got none of the crappy other finishes that they're coming out with these days, Fender, Gibson and who else, I don't know. Yeah, PRS. So what you've got is something that's very much like an original Les Paul. The only difference really is that it's got this piece of walnut in, and I think the rest's pretty much standard, except that it's Les Paul custom shop quality, and the things at the other end of the neck slightly different and stuff like that. We're going to have a look at that anyway. But it's all gold. If you look at this one's got no little thin piece of wire around it that I was looking at before and showing you before on other Les Pauls that I've sort of done some videos on. So that's more of a standard sort of thing. To me, they always look as if they fitted the wrong way around. I don't know. But there you go. Let's take a look up the neck. It's a typical sort of Gibson neck. Looks like rosewood to me. Unlikely to be Brazilian, but it could be. It's got a few runs down it, but it don't look like Brazilian rosewood to me. It's too fine grained and all that stuff. So it's got, again, the same old things that we've come accustomed to being in a Les Paul neck, especially the more upmarket ones. The frets are awesome, by the way. It's got a nice brown edge to it here that runs all the way around the neck. So it's been finished right, feels right, and it's a nice slimish neck, a bit like the Jimmy Page, I guess, in many ways. All the other features down here, you know, pretty much what you'd expect to get from a Les Paul. The neck's quite nice. It's got a little bit of headstock. Now this is where things get a little bit different. Well, first of all, you've got no name on here. There's nothing on that, it's just blank. You've got gold tuners with these sort of imitation, I guess they would be plastic today, I guess, but these pearloid tuners on. But most importantly, the headstock actually is not the dyed sort of holly stuff. I think it's undyed holly, or undead holly, we'll call it that. But it's not that common, that, and I ain't seen it on any of the others. No doubt loads of guys will email me and say, hey Tony, I've got 200 guitars like that with that headstock like that. I'm sure you have, but I have got one. On this one, nothing's cracked as it goes normally around the Gibson. This one's perfect. Let's have a look at the back. Well, fancy that. Here we are around the back, and it's got those Grover tuners on, just like that Jimmy Page that we looked at in a different video. In fact, they're almost the same, except that these are pearloid. Usual thing on a Les Paul, you can see that the headstock has been built out with two dog ears, slightly different colours on this one. See them? See the wood grain different. And you've got your Gibson Custom logo in here. Really nice neck, honestly, really, really nice feeling neck. It's one of the better features of it. A bit boring up here, it's just CS8140 something or other, doesn't really matter. Here's the back, exactly what you'd expect to see on a Les Paul. Mahogany, nice mahogany at that. Joins nice and short, which is more than you can say for some of them PRSs. Where do you get that from? And same old covers, same old everything. Not that much to talk about on the back either. But you know, just thinking about this guitar, as I sort of hand it around and video it, and I've done the same with a few Gibsons of recent, and you know, one of the things about the Gibson is, to me, this is like one of the originals, one of the great designs of guitars for rock, in particular for rock. You can play it for anything, but rock, it fits well. And I think of PRS, and I've done some reviews of PRSs of recent times, and I'm going to be doing a review of a PRS Dragon 2002 soon. And that Dragon 2002 is based on his single cut, what he calls a single cut. And you know, that guitar, in my opinion, the single cut that is, not the Dragon, frankly, it was a rip-off of one of these, wasn't it? Now some people will say that it wasn't. Indeed, the courts decided to say that, oh no, it's not close enough to a Gibson to be a Gibson. But I think it was. But I'm entitled to my views, aren't I? Just the same as you are if you disagree and you think that Gibson didn't get a raw deal. I think Gibson got a raw deal, and I think he should be paying licensing fees to Gibson, but there you go. That's life. He won in court, Gibson lost. There's not much you can say. I can't support Gibson, and I can't support PRS. Or won't. So that's the back. Let's turn it over, have another chat about this guitar in general. Okay, so there you have it, the Les Paul Spotlight Special. You get a few bits and pieces when you buy the guitar. It's got a scratch plate that goes on here, or a pick guard some people call them. I don't know, I ain't in pity. What can I show you? Well, I can show you the custom shop bit. There it is, if you can see that. This instrument, CS81, Les Paul Spotlight they call this one. Well, the original was called a Spotlight Special, and this one isn't. Well, there you go. So there's a big myth that built up around these particular guitars, these Spotlight Specials, and they look great. You know, the originals do look quite nice, but I don't think they look quite as nice as this one actually. And some of them are really nicely figured, and some of them aren't really nicely figured. This one I like. I wouldn't have bought it else. It wasn't cheap. But you might find them second hand if you have a good fish around. I can recommend them. This model is a great model. It's not really too heavy. I don't think it's chambered. Let me just feel that. Nope, it ain't chambered. Forget the exact weight of this one. But it isn't chambered, so you're going to get a real Les Paul sound. These are probably 498 and something else T pickups. Well, they sound like a Les Paul to me. Check my videos because it's played on there. Anything else you might want to know? Well, it was expensive, very expensive. That's about it. It's lacquered properly. Nice. Well, here I am again. I keep saying that, don't I? Well, I am here. Look, controller 2. Anyway, back to this thing. Listen, if you get your chance to buy one of these at the right price, go and buy it. These are great. These, honestly, the quality of this thing. It's got this finish around the edge, like I said earlier. This is like a chocolate brown edge, as opposed to the sort of cream you get on nearly every Les Paul. And that chocolate brown edging actually goes all the way down the neck. It's awesome. It's really a great job. I haven't really seen that on any other Les Paul other than this one. So that's something really worth looking at. Oh, it's out the way. Everything else, awesome guitar, sounds great, even better to a real Marshall. Yeah, Marshall. Actually, it sounds great to a Road King 2 as well, and many other guitar amps. That's the story about this one. Don't forget, you can hear it on YouTube, on some of my other videos. I don't know which ones. I've done that many, I forgot. But take your time, keep your eyes open for one of these, and if you get a chance, buy one. That's the official line. Now get out of here.